Bearcat Journal here with Cincinnati Cornerbacks coach Eddie Hicks. Coach, through 3 games of non-conference, who has stood out to you in your cornerback room, and how would you grade that group heading into conference play?
Yeah, I would say, man, I'm gonna start out with grading the group, man, and we still got a lot. We got a lot of ways to go. We've done some really good things. I think we played some physical football for the most part. But we gotta create more takeaways than what we're doing. We've had some opportunities to change the game, and we gotta do that. So that's the biggest thing. We've done well, but we gotta do more. I would say, Matt and Logan, those 2 guys are the starters right now, and they've been doing a really good job of leading the room. I think Matt had a solid, first 3 games. So is Logan. Obviously, he didn't play, that second game, but they've done some really good things leading to conference play. So we've had a really good bye week, and we've stressed the takeaway portion of it. So, hopefully we'll get those things starting to come our way.
So, moving into Kansas, what have you kind of seen on film from Jalen Daniels in that offense? Man,
explosive, man. Really good quarterback. Guy has a really good really good arm, strong arm, and he does a good job with keeping his eyes down the field. So we got to do a really good job of containing him. He is a really good player. He's a really good quarterback, and he does a good job of finding his open receivers. They are really talented on the outside, everywhere in their receiver room. So it's going to be definitely a challenge, and so we got to come ready to play.
Yeah, most of their big plays have come off of missed tackles. So what has been like? How have you been preparing your guys, to be in a position to make a play when needed?
That's right. Yeah, just stressing the fundamentals. Doing the small things. We don't have to do too much. We don't have to do anything extra. We just gotta, play with our fundamentals, near foot, near shoulder. Bringing our arms, taking the extra step and tackling, making sure my eyes are in the right spot. Right. It's a really good offense that's going to challenge us. It's going to challenge, our eyes. It's going to challenge us to be disciplined and communicate. As a defense. So. Just all the little things, all the small things that we need to do to be successful. Like I told them, man, we don't have to do anything special. We just got to play with really good fundamentals, eyes, and technique.
Yeah, they like to do a lot of pre-snap motions. What has been your message? Not really pay attention to the pre-snap.
That's right.
Distractions, and focus on your job.
Yeah, that's right. Just having poise. Just having pre-snap poise. Because you're right. I mean, they're gonna do it. 90% of the time, right? But they may not, so we still gotta be ready, get lined up, whatever the call is, be ready to play that call, and have a bigger vision of what's going on. We've stretched that to the entire defense, definitely in the corner room, just having pre-snap poise, man, and when they do shift and they do motion, I gotta have my eyes open, I gotta know what's going on. If it's a check defense, then I gotta check it and then get ready to play. So.
This defense is really built on bend, don't break. How would you say the defense as a whole has done with that so far?
I like to say it is more of I get it, keep it in front of us for sure, but we still want to be aggressive, at the same time. We're still, going to bring some pressures and stuff like that, and just kind of set you up and, try to get those takeaways right now. But I think our guys have done well, for the most part, keeping it in front of us. The biggest thing for me is eliminating the deep ball, because most offenses don't like to, take their time and take 2 yards here, 3 yards there, right? It's boring, you know what I mean? So, at some point they want to, explosive plays is what really gets you on the defensive side of the ball. So I would say, it's more for us is, definitely stop the run, but also eliminate the deep ball, right? Because those plays, create momentum for the offense. And once we do that, we also got to, now we just got to start getting those takeaways to definitely take the momentum away from the offense.
So what are your keys for your cornerbacks to bring a win home to Cincinnati?
The keys to do what now?
The keys for your cornerbacks to bring a win back home.
Oh, to bring a win. I got you. It's those things. Our number one thing is, like I said earlier, is the pre-snap poise. Number 2 is just being disciplined in everything we do. Discipline in our alignment, discipline in our technique. And then again, we got to play really good man-to-man coverage on the outside. and we got to come down with some interceptions. You know, we got to change the game. We got to get a ball back to our offense. You know, because it's a game of possessions. It's a game of momentum. So we got to get out there and we got to do our job and change the game. You know, that's what we are. I wouldn't want to coach anything on the football field other than corners, because like that's what comes with it. You know, we got to be in a position of we want the ball thrown at us, and we got to want to change the game for the entire program. So, you know, the number one thing is, man, pre-snap poise, staying disciplined in everything we do, and let's change the game by creating some takeaways.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. No